expectations are, one, this is going to be the last session of the 5 years of the 11th Parliament. I expect us first and foremost to cover the remaining business or pending business since we got the holiday. Number two, I expect a reallocation of members to the various committees of the House based on recommendation of our political parties. I believe that will be the major issue tomorrow. I also expect the Speaker, possibly during the Prime Minister's question time this week or the coming week, to allow us more time to discuss the findings on ground during our party primaries. Being that NRM is the mass party and the majority party in the House, I believe that our party primaries are a yardstick on what we should expect in the national elections in January. So I believe giving it time will be helping us to prepare the nation on what they should expect, on how we intend to respond, and even how the party expects to recover. Because I'm sure there are so many divisions that we've left. So I expect such time to discuss with the Prime Minister, mostly on government service delivery, because that's one of the key issues that we were addressing during the party primaries. So the key issues that were addressed to us, majorly the complaints, where government has not served well, where members of Parliament have not served well. So I expect that we shall have time with the Prime Minister during the Prime Minister's question time to have these issues brought to the attention of government, mostly what we picked during the party primaries.
And the final
we are going to continue from where we ended. We had an unfinished business. I know we will have laying of important papers which we were supposed to lay before we broke off, but also we have important bills that we had not finished. So I expect us to resume business as usual.
Of course, it's expected, honestly. Being the last session of Parliament, one, it might be affected, might not be affected. Because if the majority opt not to go back as independent, that means they will have time for the House. That's number one. Number two, being that it's going to still be a campaign season for every member, certainly we shall also be too busy with campaigns starting with September after nominations. So there will be, I'm sure there will be interruptions, but those interruptions cannot be I don't think we should worry about them, because me being in the campaigns does not take away the fact that I'm still a member of Parliament or serving member of Parliament, and I'm still on the salary until May next year. So I expect to work. I don't expect to give all my time and attention to the campaigns without giving at least considerable time for the House work in the House. So it is a 50-50. It might, may not. We cannot really outrightly say that it's going to affect them, because there are those members who may not be returning but will have enough time for the House. Then those who will be in campaigns will also be affecting the performance. But I believe we shall have quorum to make sure that business of the House continues as usual.
I think it is very important that anyone who goes for a competition should expect either to win or to lose. For those who lost, they have still a long way to go. There is always an opening. Our constitution is very clear that you can even lose, but you go as an independent. We have colleagues who are members of Parliament, but they are independents. And of course, for those who went through, we want to thank God that they were able to sail through. So it still continues.
So this election,
of course, very interesting. Others will come jubilating. Others will come with that pain of the loss. Others are coming with, dilemma of what will come out of the petitions against them. Of course, it will be a mixed reaction, but for me, I am very positive. I am very optimistic that everything will work well for the interest of my people. Everything will work well for the interest of my party. Everything will work well for the interest of this country. So for those who didn't make it, I pray they calm down. They, you know, it's not about me. It should be, yes, God chooses leaders. So if God has decided to have Atima, be it, and I say I swallow my pride, and you wait for Atima to serve for 5 years, and then I come back to ask. So I will encourage everybody to be calm. The remaining months for the current members of Parliament should be concluded. Those who didn't make it should come in the House and we complete the term. And those who made it should, you know, engage another gear and have the energy to push on. So I expect, of course, a mixed reaction, sadness, joy, and the rest. So, but we will accommodate and impress everybody. This is what we should be, you know, anticipating and taking. Yeah.
And I expect a very low turnout tomorrow, and I think it will be it will not be very vivid house as it was, because I know most of the people are battling at the tribunal. So tomorrow the hearing will start. Number of members will be busy that side, and those who have lost elections, they may not have the motivation to be here tomorrow.
So when you meet those who have lost, what message can you give them as encouragement?
No, you see, because it's an internal party election, my message to them is that they need to take it positively. And if they have any disagreements, I think they need to engage through the tribunal. But after that, we need to be together as a family. We should come together. They should be able to support their colleagues who have won the flags. Yeah, because I know they are still relevant in the party. So it's not necessary now to tear ourselves apart because we have lost an election. In any case, when you go for election, you know there are chances you will win or you will lose. You know, the challenge has been, you know, the complaint has been that there were irregularities and so on. But my view is that the elections for this year are well organized than the one for 2020. This period is now, those who have lost, I don't think they're going to have the appetite to really serve the people. Definitely, they are not going to be so much engaging in the activities they are supposed to do. There will only be few who feel there are key things they need to do in the few months remaining so that they can be remembered. But most times I know those who have lost may not have the motivation. But generally speaking, even this is going to be election period, even those who won, they are going to be busy engaging in the campaigns now. So the remaining months, there will not be much business, in my view.
Osenje lunaku olusooka mu mwaka ogusembayo gwa Parliament kitegeeza nti tusuubira okulaba nti batuteeka mu bukiiko oba batutegeka mu bukiiko obupya oba obukadde bwe tubaddeko kisinziira pate bwenaaba etusindise kubanga pate ejja okuba nga etwalocatinga then Parliament eteekemu stamp. Tusuubira okulaba nti tukavalinga business ebadde pending bukyanga tugenda mu lusirika oba mu holiday. Tusuubira n'okubaako nga bannakibiina okufunako obudde oba kyensuubira nti sipiika ajja kutuwaayo obudde naffe tuteese biki bye twasanze mu kalulu kaffe ka NRM. Kubanga jjukira NRM being a mass party, being the majority leader in the house, tuba tusuubira nti ebya affecting akalulu akaffe bijja ku affectinga n'akalulu aka national oba bisobola sikugamba nti bijja naye bisobola. So tusuubira nti tujja kuyako n'obudde bw'okudiscussinga mostly perception zetuzze tujja mu bantu, ebizibu bye tusanze mu bantu, performance ya government mu bantu, kyensuubira nga Prime Minister's question time on Thursday. Those are the major issues we're going to be discussing. Biki bye tusanze mu communities, biki bye basuubira nti Parliament ekoze bulungi. Kubanga buno badde bwakuza bujja n'abataka badde batubuulira buli kimu kye tutakoze bulungi ne batusiimira bye tukoze obulungi. So ndowooza mu session eno esembayo tujja kufuna omukisa kulaba nga naffe twetereeza ng'abakulembeze abantu bwe basuubira nti tetukoze bulungi.